Jai Hind, dear students. Today we are going to learn about what are the different consumer responsibilities and some other topics which is remaining in the chapter Consumer Protection. Today we will wind up this lesson and also we will finish the entire chapters in business studies. Definitely we will begin the revision from the next videos. So don't forget to watch my videos in my channel and thank you for your subscription and continuous watching. Thank you so much. So the first topic for the today's video lesson, consumer responsibilities. So as a consumer, you are also responsible every time. Not only you have to depend upon the concerned authorities, but also we have to depend upon our own responsibility also. Every time we have to remember to collect a cash memo. We have to remember to collect a cash memo, whatever may be the goods we are purchasing. For that, definitely we have to purchase or collect and proof, which is a legal proof, which shows some benefit for the buyer. So don't forget to collect the cash memo or the receipt or the bill which have legal validity while purchasing product. And we have to be well aware about the negative aspects related to the buying and selling of products. We have to aware about the goods and services available in the market. We have to be very vigilant while purchasing, while choosing the product, while purchasing the product, and most probably you have to select the quality product, which includes the measures of standards which shows the quality of that product maximum. Don't waste your money by collecting low quality product which are very much hazardous for your health also. And also buy only standard goods. Standardized goods you have to purchase every time, which includes the mark like ISI mark on the electrical goods, FPO mark on the food products, hallmark on the jewelry item. We have to check it very clearly. We have to be very vigilant. We have to analyze that and to purchase that product. And also we have to follow every time the manufacturer's instructions. You know very well, definitely a paper or a small booklet will be there. It is attached to the product in the package. We have to read it very carefully before starting the use of that product, especially electronic items. Before starting the usage of that product, we have to go through all the details regarding the booklet or the notice given. It is the responsibility of the customer to read all the manufacturer's instruction. There will be very important instruction we have to follow while using the product. And also we have to read the labels very carefully to know more about the information about the product. We have to read the labels very carefully because we can find out the price of the product, the weight of the product, the manufacturing date of the product, and also the expiry date of the product. All these informations will be there in the package and in the label that we have to show our responsibility by reading that details. And also we have to assess ourselves. We have to assess ourselves whether we are purchasing the right quality product, whether we are selecting the right quality product, whether we got a fair deal from the seller. We have to be very prudent to want to watch all these things while dealing with the product. And also we have to be very honest in the dealings. We have to choose only from legal goods and services. Don't collect or purchase the products which are coming in black, and discourage unscrupulous practices like black marketing and hoarding, etc. So try to avoid purchase of product which are available in illegal ways. We can file a complaint on appropriate consumer forums if we are affected due to the purchase of some product. Maybe a lot of reasons. We have to file a complaint definitely. Don't just close your mind and sit at the home. You have to react. Then only we will get the correct response from the government. So in case of any shortcoming in the quality of goods purchased or the services availed, do not fail to take an action. We have to take an action immediately to get the compensation. Then only the companies will never repeat these type of unnecessary activities in future. Every time it's better to form consumer societies for the distribution of or safeguarding the interest of the consumers, distribution of consumer goods at cheaper and fair rates, also to educate the consumers. Consumer cooperative societies are very essential. And every time when we purchase some product, it is the responsibility of the consumer or the buyer to throw the waste, the blank bottles after the use of any water or any other liquid. Any water, maybe the containers, wrappers, water, please don't throw it into the earth unnecessarily. You can dump it in your own compound or in the proper places by the government. So we have to respect the environment by the careful use of the product. So these are the responsibility of the consumer. Remember all these points. My dear students, we have to be aware about who are the parties can make a complaint under the Consumer Protection Act of 1986. Who can file a complaint against these type of malpractices and illegal activities of the seller under the Consumer Protection Act CPA 1986. So just go through the slide. A complaint before the appropriate consumer forums, maybe at the district level, state level, or at the national level, can be made by any consumer who purchased that product. Any registered consumer associations like consumer societies, the central or the state government can file the complaint, and also the one or more customers on behalf of the numerous consumers having the same interest or having the same problem affected from that particular seller, on or more consumers having the same feelings related to low quality of the product or any misbehavior from the part of the seller, they can file a suit against the particular organization. And also a legal heir, or means legal heir means the representative, nominee of that particular consumer, representative of that particular consumer of a deceased consumer. Especially these cases are coming, maybe any consumer died due to the poisonous factor related to the food consumed. At that time, the legal heir or representative of that deceased consumer can file a complaint against that particular organization. So it's very important area. What are the different redressal agencies available to solve our grievances under the Consumer Protection Act of 1986? That's very important area. Redressal agencies are available in 3 levels: district level, national level, and state level. So let us look at the duties and responsibilities of the redressal agencies available at the district level, that is district forum. District forums are set up in each district. It will be available in each district by the state concerned. You know very well, as per the Indian state, in each state there will be one, depending upon the number of districts, there will be one district forum. There we can make the complaint. It consists of a president and 2 members, one of whom should be a woman duly appointed by the state government. So the parties involved in district forum are one president, 2 members, among them one of whom should be a woman. It must be one member should be a woman duly appointed by the state government. That woman representative will be appointed by the state government. It can receive consumer complaints of not more than 20 lakhs. So claim which needs for rupees 20 lakhs, not more than 20 lakh means not more than, it is less than 20 lakh, can be applied in front of district forum. So remember, claim for rupees 20 lakh, under 20 lakh. In that type of cases, we can make the complaint in front of the district forum. And remember all that important points. On receiving the complaint, the district forum shall refer the complaint to the opposite party concerned and send the sample of goods for testing in a laboratory. When the district forum receives the complaint, they will collect the details and also they will send the materials taken as proof into the testing laboratory. The district forum, after being satisfied that goods are defective or there is some unfair trade practices, if they are identifying that like that, the goods are defective or some unfair trade practices are held on, can issue an order to the opposite party, to the firm, directing him to either replace. So district forum asks to the seller to replace or return the price or pay a compensation like that. Replace the product or return the product, return the price, replace the product and also pay a compensation amount to that affected person. In case the aggrieved party is not satisfied with the order of district forum, that customer can appeal before the state forum within 30 days. So that complaint to get the legal validity, if the person is not satisfied, can move to the state forum within 30 days. Within 30 days, he have to move to the state forum from district forum. So these are all the details regarding the redressal agency at the state level where we can make a complaint against the claim which is needed for 20 lakh. Another one is state commission. It is set up in each state by the concerned state government. And what are the features? Each commission will include a president and 2 members appointed by the state government. In the previous district forum also, like here, one president will be there and at least 2 members appointed by the state government. And here the complaint of at least rupees 20 lakh but not more than 1 crore can be filed to the state commission. So the person who affected and need a claim amount of rupees minimum 20 lakh and maximum 1 crore can be applied in front of state commission. Remember that 20 lakh to 1 crore. In the district forum, 0 means 1 to 20 lakh, rupees 1 to 1 lakh, 20 lakh like that. And when they receive the complaint, the state commission also refer the complaint to the opposite party and send the goods for testing in the laboratory. And the commission, after being satisfied, can order to the opposite party. Once the state commission satisfied, they will give an order to the opposite party to either replace the product or repay the cash or pay the compensation like that. In the aggressive party is not satisfied like the same. If the aggrieved party, means the affected person is not satisfied, can move to the national commission within 30 days. So please find the difference between these organizations. National commission, it was set up by the central government. The central government creates the national commission related to consumer protection. It consists of a president, at least 4 members appointed by the central government. It includes 1 president and at least minimum 4 members appointed by the central government. And all the complaints pertaining to goods and services of value more than 1 crore. So we can apply for a claim. If we are applying for a claim of rupees 1 crore and more, then we can make the complaint. Then we can file the complaint in front of the National Commission. On receiving the complaint, the National Commission can also, like the same, refer to the opposite party and sending the goods for testing. They will send the defective goods to the testing area. The National Commission has the power to issue orders for replacement or removal, and to pay the compensation or loss. They will also send the order to replace the product, remove the product, and also to pay the compensation or loss. Remember all the points. So that are the different agencies related to redressal agencies related to Consumer Protection Act for the providing solution to the problems of the consumers. And it's very important, continuously it is asked for 4-mark questions, like the board exam they are asking for 4-mark question. Remedials, what are the different remedies available for the consumers? What are the different remedies available for the consumers related to their problems? Every time we can bring lot of points, 10 or more points are there. Remember all the points, what are the different remedies available for these consumers, affected consumers. So first one is remove defect in goods and deficiency in service. If we are not satisfied with the goods, we can return, and they will remove the defective parts, and in service they will reduce the deficiency in service also. And next one is what? Replace effective goods with the one with no defect. The company have to replace the product by providing goods which do not have any defects. And also another one is what? A refund price paid. The amount collected already from the customer, they have to pay, and they have to refund it. Another way of remedy. Also pay a reasonable amount of compensation for any loss or injury suffered by that buyer. The government or the concerned authority, the organization have to pay a reasonable amount of compensation for the loss. Also pay punitive damages in appropriate circumstances. Whatever may be the damage occurring, for that the company have to pay the compensation or the amount. And that organization have to discontinue unfair or restrictive trade practices. Lot of acts are there related to these unfair and restrictive trade practices. We have to discontinue from that type of practices. That is another remedy. That must be followed by the business. And also not to offer hazardous goods and services for sale. It is another remedy. No need to distribute these type of goods or services which is very much harmful for the health of the consumers. That type of goods we must withdraw that type of hazardous goods from sale. Lot of examples we can go through the different pages, can collect. Majority of the company withdrawn their products due to these type of poor quality and complaints made by the consumers. Also they can seize, they can put a seal for the manufacturing of hazardous goods. Also pay an amount of consumer welfare fund not less than 5% to be utilized in the prescribed manner. Another way of remedy. Issue of corrective advertisement to neutralize the effect of misleading ads. So it is related to advertisement given continuously in the media. If there is any misleading ads, it must be corrected through any other statements in the newspaper or through the online platforms. Also we have to pay adequate cost to parties. Every time we have to pay the correct amount of cost to the parties, for both the parties, who is buying or who is selling that product. So these are all the remedies available for the consumers. Next we have to learn about the role of consumer organizations, different consumer organizations and non-governmental organizations. What is their role in consumer protection? That is the thing. NGOs means non-governmental organizations. What is their role in the consumer protection? That's very important. So we have to list out the different points. First one is they are trying to educate the consumers, educating the general public about their consumer rights, about their rights, consumer rights, by organizing a lot of training programs, workshops, awareness camps, seminars. Through all that activities, these type of consumer organizations or non-governmental organizations trying to educate the common public who are consuming different products. Another one is to enrich the knowledge of the consumers. They are publishing different periodicals and other publications to enrich the knowledge of the consumers, to educate the consumers. They provide legal assistance to consumers by providing legal advices. The non-governmental organizations helping the consumers to follow that legal advices. And also they provide films or cassettes on food adulteration, lot of short films and films and documentaries available related to these type of malpractices happening and how we can escape from all that activities. These organizations again, these type of non-governmental organizations helps to file a complaint in appropriate consumer courts on behalf of the consumers if they are severely affected. Also, they encourage consumers to take an action against the unfair trade practices going on. You know very well, lot of programs available to eradicate these type of malpractices from the world, and also take an initiative in filing cases in consumer courts on behalf of the consumers. So these type of non-governmental organizations, they trying to file case against as a representative of the consumer. They are filing case against these type of organizations which are conducting malpractices. So that is the role of non-governmental organization or consumer organization. And last topic from this chapter, what are the different ways and means of consumer protection? What are the different ways through which we can be protected? So first one is very important, self-regulation. Self-regulation by the business, not by the consumer, it is by the business. So business always they have to take lot of precautions. You know very well it is a long-term process. So it is in the long-term interest businesses to serve the consumers well. Everyone starts their business to serve the public with long-term interest. So it is the responsibility of business to protect the interest of consumers also. So the business firm must be socially responsible. They have to follow ethical standards and practice in dealing with their customers. Every time they have to be very ethical. Don't show any partiality, maybe due to the factors like any factors like gender or cash, like that. Many firms have set up their customer services and grievances cells to redress the problems and grievances of their consumers. Government in their every government offices departments, they will attach a notice board which indicates the person's details, authorities, number to whom we can file a complaint against the malpractices going on there. So like that, it is of the responsibility of the business. They have to self-regulate. Business associations are there, like Trade, Commerce and Business Freedom, Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce of India, Confederation of Indian Industries. These type of associations also helps for the consumer protection. They are creating the different ethical code of conduct which is to be followed by business people. They have laid down their code of conduct. Yes, the code of conduct means what are the rules and regulations to be followed, what are the ethical practice to be maintained while purchasing the product, while selling the products to the consumers. Also, they have to make consumer awareness. A consumer who is well informed about his rights and the reliefs available to him would be in a position to raise his voice against any unfair trade practices or unscrupulous exploitation by the sellers. This enables them to understand their responsibility and to safeguard their interest. So consumers must be aware about their rights and responsibility. Then we can definitely protect the interest or the rights or the consumers' views. We can protect. Consumer organizations are there, which forces business firms to avoid malpractices and exploitation of consumers. So these type of consumer organizations, associations, they protect the consumers from exploitation and unnecessary malpractices. Government, what is the government's role? The most important of these regulations in the Consumer Protection Act 1986 is the responsibility of the government. That act provides for three-tier machinery at the district level, state level, national level for the redressal of the consumers' grievances. So, government at these through these different levels, district level, state level, national level, they are trying to solve the problems related to consumers. So these are the different ways and means of consumer protection. Please remember all these points, and this is the end of the chapter consumer protection. Please give due importance for all the topics, especially the rights of consumer, redressal agencies, remedies available for the consumers. All these areas are very important. So thank you for your kind heart coordination during this pandemic situation also. Thank you for watching the whole videos and writing the notes, preparing for the board exams. We will meet in the next video with board exams questions, different board exam questions for the revision of the whole chapters. Prepare a systematic note for all the topics you have learned from each chapter. Try to follow the different time schedules to prepare for the exams. So thank you. Have a nice day. Have a bright future for you. May God bless you. Thank you.